Create IAM user. AWS admins can rely on policies rather than individual configurations to set up security for accounts on the platform. They also have the benefit of programmatically creating and configuring users. AWS offers identity and access management IAM so that its customers can control who or what can see and use their services and resources. AWS admins can create users and groups and grant them access to resources through policies. Policy-based access control enables granular allow or deny decisions that come from a centralized control point. For example, an AWS admin can grant a user full access on simple Amazon storage service or Amazon Elastic Compute Cloud only. This security approach is more transparent and consistent than individually configured account access. AWS IAM benefits cloud users because it offers a centralized portal for all identities and access, multi-factor authentication on user accounts, granular permissions through policies, and sharing with the option of limited access for others. AWS IAM is free to use. AWS charges for the resources that accounts consume. To create a user in AWS, we fill out a form and receive an access ID and a secret key. At this step, we create a user with full access permissions and programmatically access. This user is how we will manage the other users later. So we'll open the IAM console of the AWS console in the browser window. Navigate to the user screen. You will find it in the IAM dashboard. Under the Identity and Access Management drop-down menu on the left side of the screen. Now we'll click on the users. We'll add a user. We'll click on Add User to navigate to the user detail forms. We'll provide all the details such as username and the access type. So we will name the user as, say, CLI user, and check the programmatic access box under access type. This option gives the user access to AWS development tools such as the command line interface. We'll click on Next. That is the next permissions to continue. Second step is the set the user's permission. We'll click Attach Existing Policies. Directly, and then filter the policies by keyword. IAM. Full access from the list available. IAM full access policy enables the user to create and manage users' permission in AWS. Next is, and we'll click on Create User. The user CLI user exists now. AWS provides this user an access key ID and a script access key. Download or copy these keys to a secure place to use them later on. AWS CLI enables an admin to use their favorite shell or CLI to interact with AWS service. You can choose any Linux distribution or shell. In this video lecture, we use a bash shell running on an Ubuntu Linux distribution. First, once the setup opens up, we'll verify the installation by checking the version. Second step is to configure the user with the keys. We'll run the AWS configure command in the shell to quickly set up the access key ID and script access key obtained from AWS when you created the new user in the IAM console. This step saves your credentials in the local path and region and the output format config at paths. Now that CLI user with programmatic access is set up, we can use that account to create other users and give them policy-based access through AWS CLI. To create a user using IAM, run the AWS IAM Create User command in AWS CLI with a username. It creates a new user and shows the user's details in the bash console. Suppose this user needs to manage EC2 services. To grant this new user EC2 admin rights, start by listing which EC2 policies we can grant. Use this command, AWS identify the appropriate policy for the user's access level. In this case, it is Amazon EC2 full access. Pass the Amazon resource name, ARN, to the following command in policy ARN parameter. Business policy. EC2 full access. Once you create the user and attach the appropriate user policy to them, verify that AWS assigned the appropriate policy by checking the user details. To check the list of IAM users, run AWS IAM list users. The following command tells AWS to list all the attached policies for a user account. AWS IAM list attached user policies username.